And you have to be able to look back to that. You can't forget why you started. And the other big factor, and this is something I take a lot of time thinking about, is losing. As entrepreneurs, especially, you have to be ready to lose. I mean, losing is probably the largest part of being an entrepreneur. I had 4 businesses before I even got into the one that I'm in now. And that's because, I kept trying things and they didn't work. Part of that was also because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do something. I wanted to get into business, but I didn't know how I wanted to break in. And I had to try different things, and I had to lose to really figure it out. And as a veteran, or anybody out there that's a veteran, we have a real big fucking problem with losing. We hate it. We hate it. We are trained. We are, built to win. We go into a fight, we finish it, and we don't even finish it. We finish it with bringing everybody back and fucking killing as many of theirs as we can. That's the thought process that goes behind a lot of veterans. So when we lose, sometimes, we take it upon ourselves as something bad, like, oh shit, I did something wrong. And that's not the case when it comes to business, and especially entrepreneurship, because I'll let you know, Daniel, I'm a huge Green Bay Packer fan. I was born and raised in Wisconsin, so I'm a thoroughbred. There's a line, a quote from Vince Lombardi, and I'm probably going to screw it up just a little bit, but I got the basis down packed. And it's about the pursuit of perfection. In the pursuit of perfection, we will chase perfection knowing that we will never achieve it. But in the pursuit of perfection, greatness is achieved. That's how I like to do my business. And that's trying to get the best thing out there for everybody, but knowing all the while that it's not going to be the best thing. It's going to have problems, but I'm gonna be great by the time I'm done. And I think that's what a lot of people forget about the process.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like your philosophy there, because, it's what's really important is that we give our best. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's our best that we can give it. And, when we do that, we have a clear conscience. We do that, we put 110% into it. And, if obviously, success happens in the failures. It doesn't happen because you've done it right every time. I find that growth really happens on the times that you fall flat on your face, because then you get up and you're stronger for it. So, I love the way that you were talking about that.
Yeah, you gotta fail. And again, we as veterans, we hate it. We hate failing. But I've learned through entrepreneurship that's going to be what makes you the strong at the end, is falling again and again and again and again and again, because it's going to fucking happen. There's no way around it. But being able to get back up, change things a little bit, stay true to what you were and why you started, and then making it better in the long term.
Sure. Spot on, man. So what would you say some specific roadblocks would be that you would advise a new entrepreneur to be watching out for?
I said it before, that honeymoon phase. And I spoke to that pretty well. I think that makes a lot of sense for people that, just seeing how things start out, and you get that feeling in your stomach when you first start doing something. And it really doesn't matter what it is, but because it's new. It's like being in a new relationship. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh man, this is great. She's beautiful, and she's an awesome person, and she does, dishes all the time for me. That's great, But then after a while, you start realizing, oh shit, she fucked up the dishes. Maybe I should just do this shit myself. Why the fuck is she even here? No, that's got to be part of the thought process. Is as good as it gets at the beginning. it probably isn't going to be that good ever again. And that's okay. It's going to have ups and downs, and how you deal with that is really going to make you. The last thing I was going to say about that too, and I really love that question, is letting something bad define you. When things happen in business, there are, not only are we dealing with people's, money, but sometimes, especially in entrepreneurship, these are things that we love to do.
Mm-hmm.
These are things that, we don't just want to make money off of. Again, this is building a legacy.
Right.
And bad things are going to happen. You're going to have people that you get into business with that weren't what you thought they were. You're going to have times where, man, I missed that fucking deadline. I can't believe I did that, and those bad things that happen during the process of, making your business and growing your business. You can't let those things be what makes you or breaks you. That's that learning process that always has to be continuous and kept in the back of your mind is, no matter what's happening every single fucking day, you have to be ready to learn. And if that's all you get out of the day and you don't make any fucking money, well, at least you're better off in the back end anyways,
Yeah. Yep. Another good answer. You're a fun guest to have on here.
Oh, Daniel, you made my morning. Thank you.
So, what kind of resources do you think a budding entrepreneur should look for, especially, since we're talking about veteran entrepreneurs?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of resources should they be looking for to position themselves for success?
Yeah, the number one thing is to look at how the people that are winning do it, So no matter what field it is that you're trying to break into, I really don't think that you're going to develop, a brand new space shuttle. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's somebody out there that's doing it right now that's winning.
Sure.
And that's that person that you got to look at and you got to say, okay, what are they doing? What are they doing right? What can I do maybe even better than what they're doing and make a community off of that is really going to, take off. And the other thing is surround yourself with winners. I have this thing. So I go back home to Wisconsin every year or so. And I think a lot of veterans understand what I'm going to say here. You go back home and it's fucking nothing has changed. Like the same exact people are there doing the same exact shit and they're stuck in their ways. But those were your friends back in high school. So you're like, oh, okay, let's go out and get fucked up and have a great time. You have to be able to let go of people and surround yourself with people that are winning. If you can do that as a budding entrepreneur and find that community, whether it's something like the Vetpreneur Tribe, and meeting people like, Andrew O'Brien, Stephen Kuhn, Amari Broussard, just a couple of guys off the top of my head. There's, Chris Griffith, he's doing awesome things. Alec Feiner, they're doing awesome. All these people are doing great shit. Well, those are the fucking people you need to be surrounding yourself with as a budding entrepreneur. And really look to see what they're doing right. Not even if it's in your field, but you can take certain things that other people are doing in different fields and translate it into what you're doing. And that's important. That's so important. And that's why, I'm going to put a little plug in too for that Forged by the Mission, Forward to Glory as well, is because we want to get people that are about to transition and see how those winners win. And we as active duty, sometimes we don't know what the fuck's going on. We don't know, some of us joined at 18 like I did. We don't know what the hell's going on out there in the real world. The civilian sector of how people are doing business, what's important, how to build a Facebook community, how to build a Facebook group, or, whatever the case is. And that's what we want to do with Forward to Glory in the future, is bring those people together to really talk it out and get everyone winning in the end.
Sure. So, obviously you see different things, say in the news media and whatnot about different businesses that have incorporated their personal values into their business model. And, nowadays you're seeing a lot more of that than we used to, because, before it was kind of like, you drew a hard line in the sand between, here's your personal life, here's your business life, keep the two separate. Yeah. But how do you feel about incorporating your values in your work? And if you do that, how is it that you would advise other people to do that for themselves?
No, you got to be able to, especially in a business that you own and run, you got to be able to take a little piece of yourself and incorporate that into the business. For me, myself, personally, being honorable is probably the most important thing for me when it comes to business. And sometimes it's one of the things that in business is the hardest fucking thing to do. Sure. is being not only honest, but having that integrity to do the things that, are difficult. And you have to have those values in the end for your business. I equate it to, I had a little part-time job here in BevMo just a couple of months ago. I was working at a liquor store over here. It's called BevMo, right? This is my BevMo versus Total Wine thing here. Okay. So BevMo does the exact same shit that Total Wine does. There's no difference. They both sell alcohol. They both fucking, they both get rich off getting people drunk. Awesome. Right. Yeah. And it was a great work experience, by the way. No knocks to BevMo whatsoever. Great place to work. But, there is something that keeps BevMo in business because their prices, they are at Total Wine. And what that is customer service. You know what I mean? Right. They set themselves apart by having certain values set in place where it's customer based. Like the moment you walk into a door, it's, hey, how are you doing today? Do you need any help find anything? Okay, no, all right, cool, don't worry about it. And you build a rapport with these people, and again, all of that stems from their foundation that we can charge whatever we want, but in the end, we are going to make these customers that walk in the door happy to be there. So yeah, all of that taken into effect. That's what I think.
Yeah. So what would be something that you wish you had done earlier in life that now is vitally important and you didn't do
it? So it's not just one thing. It's the whole thing, and that's effort. Okay. If I would have known how much effort it really took to be an entrepreneur, I think the moment I stepped into the gate, I would have had a better idea of the day-to-day life process of doing what I do. Because I work on the ship for approximately 10 hours a day, every day from no later than 07, and I'm working till 15, 1600, sometimes later, whatever it fucking takes. But after that, I come home and I get to work. I work again. I do more designs. I do more, emails, again, trying to get customer satisfaction back in the game. I didn't know at the beginning how much effort all of this would really take, because I was blinded again by the honeymoon phase. It sounded like a great fucking idea. But when you actually sit there and you put in the work day in and day out, that effort, I didn't know. I had no fucking idea how much time and energy it takes to really make it happen. But, that's something, if I would have known a long time ago, I think maybe I would have said, fuck this shit. I might have just walked the fuck away and, found something better to do with my time. No, I probably would have done the same thing, but I would have been more prepared for the day in and day out when it actually started taking off.
So I'd like to